Hello everyone, and welcome to this video where I am doing two readings on love. And the first reading will be for those of you who just need some kind of love fuel in your life right now, wherever you may be on your journey right now in life. Maybe you are super empaths or super sensitive people who are just absorbing all the energies from situations and people around you and from places that you are visiting, and sometimes we just need to release all of that to go deeper into ourselves and find that place of love where we find unconditional love and where we feel unconditionally loved. So go inside and find that special moment in your life or situation or place, whatever it may be for you on a personal level, and really tune into that happy moment, because I feel that there's a lot going on in the world right now, and we can often just flow away in all that is going on, which is of a very low vibrational character, as I think that we're seeing a lot of that in the world right now. So please find a happy moment, that special happy situation where you just felt unconditional love around you, or you felt unconditionally loved. If there are some loved ones who have passed on or crossed over, please get into contact with them, have happy thoughts about them, tune into their energy to bring you back to that happy place deep within you. Because right now I feel that it's time for many of us to get this love fuel going, to fill us up with the kind of energy that we would love to see in the world, to really focus on that. So this is also a reading I hope that you will find inspirational and go back to and listen to whenever you need some kind of extra enthusiasm in life, some extra backup, some extra support, some extra energy that is saying, you know what, I'm good enough, I'm doing my best, I am loved, I'm never alone. We will build up a world of love. So this is specifically for those of you who find that you right now in your life, you just need that extra love energy. Now the second reading is a little bit different, because that will be for those of you who are resonating with the energies of Jeanne d'Arc, Marianne, Elizabeth I of England, Margaret I of Denmark, some of these historic female freedom fighters back to the 14th and 15th century. 1500 and 1500. So this will be specifically for those of you who find that you have some kind of issues with them, some kind of energy that is leading you back to them. We are not, of course, living their lives, but maybe there are some patterns in society that we see, you know, the forces underneath it all, very powerful, coming up to the surface now, reminding us that there is still something that needs to be battled. But I also feel that the energies are saying to us that we need now to use the swords of love, not war, because these historic female fighters, they were freedom fighters, and they really saw a lot of violence, and they had to fight for themselves. They were often single, you know, they were often alone in a male-dominated world. So they really had to really do something that was radical and do something that would be seen and heard of. So they were always in alert mode, if we can call it that, okay? And they really saw a lot of violence. They saw a lot of physical death, what we would call it. And so now they say, back then we did not have that moment to just speak the word, you know, to speak love, to speak the language of love. But they're saying to us that we do now. So if we please would use the swords of love and not war, then we would really come a long way if we would just focus on that instead of all the conflicts going on and not being there for each other. You know, we need to change our perspective now and tune more into support for each other and unconditional love through words and communication, and try to find more playfulness and joy in life, because the energies that are coming through, I'm sensing that they're saying we did not have that opportunity back there. It was just too sinister. It was too dark or too cruel. And we did not have that opportunity, but we do now. And so I feel they're saying that it's time for us to really look at what still needs to be battled, but it needs to be battled with communication of love. So I have left some timestamps down below. So please go ahead and choose the reading you feel resonate the most with you. And I will now begin with the first reading. Enjoy. So for those of you who have chosen the first reading where you just need some kind of love energy right now, let's see what the cards have for you. And the first card that is coming out is a healing color card. And this card is pink, referring to the heart chakra. And this card is saying, let love in. So this is card number 4. So whatever you feel number 4 is where it's leading you, you definitely go with that on a personal level. But 4 is a very stable number, solid foundational, of solid foundation, and really being in a good stable place. We can see how this, I think it's a tulip in this picture. It's very, it's standing there straight up. And so now I feel that something is ready to blossom within your hearts. There is something that you are ready for, and it is now that you would really gain for just being completely open and surrender a little bit more to love. Because when we close off because of serious situations in our lives or whatever it may be, we have a tendency to close out everything because we are so protective of ourselves that we don't dare to open up to anything at all, thinking that then we don't have to be scared of being hurt. But sometimes in life we all know that we get hurt, but we can also heal. And with these two cards over here, they're talking about protection. And so I feel that through opening your hearts right now, also to what you may be doubting, it could actually benefit you quite a bit because you are protected. Remember that you have always guides, archangels, someone who is looking out for you. So maybe it's time also to use your heart, because the heart is the most important organ in our body, to use that to tune into the pulse of the universe, which also which also our heart is a reference to, and we must not forget that we are part of the universe. We are part of the pulse. So tune more into the pulse and see what's coming in. And the two next cards we have coming out here are these two cards. And the first card is saying, never forget you are loved. Love never dies. And as I mentioned just before I began this reading, that maybe you would benefit from tuning more in to past on loved ones, where you feel that you still have some guardians there, or they were really protective of you while they were still in our dimension, as living just the way we are right now, because you will definitely benefit from that. And it would remind you that yes, you may feel alone right now in your world, maybe in your work life or your family or among friends, but you are never really alone. There are always someone on the other side, okay, in other dimensions, in other realms. And I think we have a tendency to forget that realm, which I think this picture over here is reminding of us. Look up into the sky, okay, you will find that you are blossoming. Your friendships are blossoming with those friendships. So always look up and always recall some of the truly loving past on loved ones, okay, and take them with you in your heart, in your everyday life. The next card is coming out is this beautiful card saying, trust, love, and appreciate yourself. Show respect for you. So this card is also telling me that you may have been through some trying times, and sometimes we also need to remember ourselves that it's okay to say no, even to people that we really love. If we cannot support them at a certain time in our lives because we're busy with our own stuff that we need to attend to, then that is okay. But also to remember that it's okay to say no to people who are truly offending you, even though they should be supporting you. And those are maybe people that you have had in your life forever or for many years, colleagues, friends, family members. So it's okay also to say no if you feel that you are not truly respected there, where there is no love connection for you, where you do not feel you're resonating with unconditional love. You shouldn't really be there, okay? It's changing all the time. Life is changing all the time. The energies are changing all the time. And sometimes we need to ask ourselves, is something have been going on for just too long and now we're just done with it? Okay, then it's okay also to say no. So remember also to show respect for yourself in that regard. So let's pull some magical cards to see what your magical word at this point is, if they have something that you can go on here. Okay, so let's see what's coming out. Let's see what's coming out here. Do we have a card for those who need some extra love energy right now? Okay, I feel we have two cards coming out here. Okay, the first card is manifestation. Wow. Yeah, so also with the moon here, I feel that there is definitely something within your soul, within your emotions that you have been thinking on for a long time, and now you're really manifesting that. So whatever that may be for you, but a dream that you are holding close to your heart, or some kind of emotional turmoil that you've been going through, now you're really manifesting. You're coming into full circle with the full moon. We also see all the shadow sides, and it's time for you to shine as the star that you are. You are truly connected to earth, as we can see here with the person standing here, and reaching up to the sky. So it's really above, so below. So you are really coming into some kind of realization with something that you've been wanting for a long time. And the next card that is coming out for you is this card, inspiration. And as we can see here again, a lot of light and a lot of fire. Again, a reference to our soul, to the inner fire. And over here we can also see that there's some kind of sparkle of light here. So I feel there's a little bit of stardust coming in here as well for you, and that you also are birthing your inner child with some brand new energy. Okay, so a lot of new ideas are coming in for you, and I feel that that could bring a lot of new realizations in your life. So perhaps you are doing something creative also, that you are just being inspired to do something new in your life, and that should really make you feel quite enthusiastic about the future ahead. Just remember again to show respect for you, show respect for what you feel inspired to do in your life, and remember to manifest. That sometimes that is coming into manifestation. It's just sometimes we have a hard time believing that, oh, will it ever get here? But it will. And remember that when it gets there, it's all your own doing. It's because you believed in it. Okay, so stay true to yourself in your soul. Stay true to your own emotional body. What do you feel? Okay, what do you need? Tend to your own needs here. Okay, and let's see if there are some personal cards coming out to see what they have to say to us. Okay, also two cards coming out. Okay, so the first card we have, yes, false persons. Okay, so this is really talking about that maybe it's time for you to take away that mask now, to really start to speak up again, communicate love, and just be careful that you speak your truth. Always keep to your truth. And then also be aware of that there might be some false persons in your surroundings. It could also be a symbol of other people not telling you quite the truth, wearing masks with the gentleman in the background here. And so however that resonates for you, really look out in your situations, in your surroundings right now, where you don't feel that there's someone who's not telling you the truth. Or maybe it could be you who needs now to speak up and come into your truth. Actually, that could also be what is manifesting right now. But I feel that the inspiration that is coming in for you is really also the inspiration of communication, of words here. So, and number 8, go with that, whatever it means for you on a personal level, but 8 is referring to flow. So here we have another 8, 35, card number 35, pathway. 3 plus 5 is 8, so another 8. So you're really coming into a lot of flow here. Okay, so I feel that with this telling the truth or getting into some new inspiration, you are really coming into the light. When we have been through the forest, when we have been in the darkest part of the forest, where we have really seen all our shadow sides, we are ready to come back out and be kind of reborn again. And we can see how these lovely butterflies are leading the way for us back into the light. That is now time for complete transition or complete transformation. The butterflies are symbols of that. So you could be heading out on a whole new path in life, whatever that may mean for you in your work life, family or friends, or with a hobby, whatever it may be for you. But you are definitely, when you're standing out, speaking up with your truth, letting yourself be inspired and allowing yourself things to manifest within your world, you will be led on a whole different path. Okay, so very exciting for you that when you follow this love vibration, that when you open up to all the love coming in for you right now, you find that you are really protected, because it's leading you down new ways, pathways in life where there is a lot of light and new hopes and new beginnings. So that was what I had for you. For those of you who needed a love fuel energy reading, I hope you have been inspired to dive deeper, and I'm wishing you all the best out there. Thank you very much for watching, and bye for now. And hello to those of you who have chosen love reading number 2. And the first card that is coming out for you is this beautiful card talking about eyes of love. And this is saying, focus your eyes on loving actions and your lips on loving words. Yes. And a perfect reference back to this Jeanne d'Arc that I was talking about in the intro, and Marianne and all the historic female freedom fighters, that now it's time to use the sword of love and not war. So this is a really powerful message that for those of you who feel you resonate with those energies of these specific women, you are really in a strong position now to actually take loving action on things that you have been thinking on for a while in your private life. And I also feel that for many of you, you may hold a job where you are playing a very important role in your community. Okay, so however that resonates for some of you. And the 2 cards we have come out for you over here is Warrior of the Heart and Grandmother Earth. Okay, so you are very much protected. You are like the warriors, but of the heart. Okay, also kind of the same energy with all these historic female freedom fighters, that you are fighting but with your heart, and you are being led down through your mother lineage, that there's something that you have got to carry out now that they could not finish due to some circumstances in their lives. So there is something for some of you who are resonating with this energy, that you really have got to take it out there, that it's really up to you when we look back in your mother lineage. And on the other side over here, we have these two cards for you. We the haters, and you got the love. And we can see that these cards this is about deep love, this is about mother's milk, and that you are being now you are birthing something new with that enormous portal. We can also see with all the faces here that you go way back, you are an old soul. And you really got the love, you got what it takes, okay? Just like with Marianne and Shandak and a lot of other female fighters back then, you can really do this, because we see how this person is now opening up her eyes, that she is now being awakened. I don't know if you can see it here. So she is starting to awaken, and back to this card with open eyes. You can start to see what is really going on. You can start to see through the veil and really nail it and really put some accurate words on what is going on in society and what needs to be rectified. We are coming out here of codependency. We are very much aware of boundaries and where we have been limited throughout history, of fighting for democracy, fighting for women's right, fighting for children's right, just fighting for more equality in the world. And we have two cards coming out for you also here. And the first card is saying, make room for that happy ending. It's now within your grasp. Yes. Okay, card number 2. So whatever this number holds for you on a personal level, definitely go with that. But there is some kind of number 2. I feel it's talking about our soul mission and, you know, our self aligning with our higher self, really beginning to look through the veil now. And this is a beautiful sunset, or it could be a sunrise, but there is something where we can now create a new earth, where we can change the energies really for good. And the next card coming out is saying, changes can bring you new life and energy. We will hold your hand. So very supportive energies coming from these historic female freedom fighters for us right now, that these energies are rising now, but they're rising for a reason, because we now have the opportunity to really change it for good, you know, to really fight these energies, but through from a heart point of view, you know, from communicating love and seeking dialogue, and not seeking these confrontations and, you know, physical confrontations through war and conflict, as we have done so many times before. They're really saying to us now, the energies coming up here from these female freedom fighters back in history, that now is the time where you really can make a change in your world if you really wish to, okay? So it's never too late to do something, and if we want to create a better world, we also remember that we need to start with ourselves in our own world. Okay, so let's see if there's a final card coming out for you guys to see what your magical word is and where your destiny is heading from this point on forward. Let's pull one last card for you and see where it's taking you. Yes, fulfillment coming out here. Beautiful. So there is really something now. We also have the moon here, a symbol of the soul and our emotions. The fruit coming in here, mature and ready for harvest. We can really, it's very soon, that we will very soon see that we can harvest from what we have been fighting for throughout history, okay? The next card coming out for you is this card, Delight. Yes, and also with the birds, a symbol of reaching the realms and dimensions above. So it's really time for us to very soon to come into some kind of rejoice here and delight that we have been fighting. Also, I feel that we've been fighting for the mothers through down through our mother lineage. So that would be a very special message for those of you who have chosen this reading. So I hope that you have been inspired to dive deeper. I'm wishing you all the best out there. Much love and many blessings here from me. Thank you for watching, and bye for now.